Hi, guys. Welcome back. Welcome to the live session. I'm really excited to be doing this. We've made it to day two of my 14-day series. I can't believe I'm going to be going for 14 days, y'all. I hope y'all keep me accountable. So, for the next 14 days, expect a video or a live stream around noon every day between now and the 28th of January. Okay. And for those of you guys who are watching the replay, this is like January is over, then you have a chance to binge everything all at once. Right. So I'm really excited about this. If you're watching live, do me a favor, just drop in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. It's helpful to know. And of course, if you're watching the replay, please let me know where you're tuning in from as well. And also, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I would like to dedicate the broadcast in 2 days to a Q&A. So I need your cues so that I can A them, right? I need your questions about anything about running an event planning company. Please leave them in the chat and I'll answer them in the Q&A on Thursday. All right, so look forward to that. And I'm really excited about diving in. Now, today's topic is called Dear Event Planner. It is time to schedule your business around your life. Time to schedule your business around your life, right? Oh, hi. Hey, I see you. We chatted yesterday and you're back again today. That is awesome. Thank you. And thanks for your patience. I know we're slightly, we started at a different time today and you're still here, which is awesome. So it's time to schedule your business around your life. And this is big. And this may, for some of you guys, it may be like, wait, what? I can do that? I can schedule my business around my life versus my life revolving around my business? Absolutely, you can do that. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. All right. This webcam is not cooperating. All right, here we go. Now, my name is Faye Shaw. I am the owner of Statuesque Events. We're an event planning company based in the DC metro area. We originally started in the New York area and we produce events all around the country, especially, of course, between New York and Maryland, but we've done events in Texas, Connecticut, Florida, Los Angeles. We're planning events in Jamaica, in Europe. So we have a lot going on. We love what we do, and that's producing luxury events. I also have a coaching program called Planners Who Profit. It is a 6-month accelerator program for those who are ready to break into the high-end and luxury markets, and for those who are ready to build a consistently profitable 6-figure business. Now, the reason that we are today's video is for event planners is that I found over the years that our longest time subscribers are fellow event planners, right? I get it. Couples, you look at our content, you get married, and then you kind of are over talking about weddings. But those of you guys who are watching for a longer period are usually those who are interested in the industry, and we love having you. Of course, if you're watching this and you're a bride or a groom, you're welcome to enjoy as well. But I just want to be forthcoming about why we're focusing in this video for event planners. However, we have lots of content on our channel. We've got wedding trend videos, all kinds of things that are great for you as you're planning your events as well, right? Now, whether you're a couple, a bride, a groom, a marrier, or if you are you're an event planner yourself, we've got resources for you in the description. So make sure you check those out before you go. We've got free guides. We've got information on how you can contact us about working with us, all that information. Check it out in the description. All right. Now, back to the topic for today. Today's topic, again, is Dear Event Planner. You can schedule your business around your life. Now, this is a big one. Like, I remember the period where I was juggling my demanding IT management job along with this business, event planning business. And at the time, I was also incredibly involved in church. I was in the choir. I was on a leadership team. Like, I was managing social media pages for church. I was so busy between all of that. I have a lot of family commitments. My family, I'm the only one who lives in my state. So when family commitments come up that involves travel, I was balancing all of these things. And for me, a lot of people would come to me and say, I don't know how you do it all. I don't know how you do it all. And I think a lot of it came from priorities. Now, just because I may prioritize my life doesn't mean I'm not putting a lot of effort towards my business. A lot of people think, okay, I spend 40 hours at my job, which means that that's my number one priority. That's not true. That's just where you've committed, right? 40 hours a week to them. You can make other things your higher priority. Your faith should be a higher priority. Your family should be a higher priority. Your health should be a higher priority, right? And so when push comes to shove, that's how you make your decisions, right? But also so that's really when push comes to shove. But most days it's really a scheduling challenge, right? And I want to say that, there's a myth that most people feel. And I see someone from Louisiana. Hello. The myth that a lot of people feel is like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time for my business. I'm just so busy. I'm so stressed out. One of the things that I see a lot on social media, which I don't love, is just personal. peeve is when event planners are talking about how many cups of coffee they've had today because it's just so stressful and oh my god, like it doesn't have to be that way. Right? It really does not have, you don't have to be so stressed out. One of my friends came to visit who's an officiant and she's like, "Do you even drink coffee?" And I'm like, "Nope." I mean, I like coffee, I like the taste of it, but I just don't want to have to rely on anything to get things done. It's a personal thing. No shade against coffee, by the way, but I do think that at a certain point, you wanna get to a place where you're not constantly normalizing being so stressed out, and that's the way you make it through the day, right? You can build a schedule that is actually life-giving and working for your business, right? So, the myth is that, oh, you might feel like you don't have time, but the truth bomb is that you just need better allocation. You need to allocate your time so much better. It's kinda like on Instagram when people say, Beyonce, you have the same hours in a day as Beyonce, right? Now, Beyonce also has a great team, but it's true. We all have 24 hours in a day. Sometimes the question is in how we're allocating it. So I want to share a little bit about how you can get better allocation, right? Number one is you got to have a schedule. You got to have a schedule. A schedule will save you. A schedule will help you. You can do double, sometimes even more the amount of stuff in a day when you stick to a schedule than when you're just kind of like winging it and especially just reacting to stuff. If your inbox runs you, if you just do whatever your inbox tells you to do, and you're doing everything that everybody else needs, and you're probably never getting to the things that you need to do for yourself, right? So at a certain point, you have to get to a schedule, just define what your schedule is going to look like. And I'm going to give you a sample schedule in a minute, right? So you need a schedule. I'm going to give that to you. The second thing is that you need clarity. A lot of times, the problem isn't that you don't have enough time. The problem is that you don't know what you're doing. You don't really know how to approach things, right? I don't want to say you don't know what you're doing, but you don't know how to approach certain things. And so every time a client asks you a question, or every time you have to design another event, or every time you got to put something on social media, it becomes this whole thing where you're like spending 2 hours, 3 hours on YouTube researching things, and then you're running to the next thing, and then you're reading blogs, and you're putting so much energy into researching how to do one small thing. Where if you had clarity about what actually works, right, versus having to research a million things and guess what's going to work, if you had clarity on and a specific blueprint on this is what works, you could just apply it. You could just get the thing done in 30 minutes, maybe an hour, right? Versus spending the entire day researching and feeling like, oh, I'm so stressed, right? So sometimes you have to decide, like, are you willing to do what you need to do to get the clarity, to get the blueprint, versus spinning your wheels, just researching, doing endless research. It feels productive, but it's not as productive as you might think, right? People, when you have a blueprint, you get so much more done as possible. I know in our business, now what we teach in our programs and everything, we're basically giving you our templates of how we do things. But approaching things the same way every time saves you so much time, right? I know I talked yesterday about one of our clients who mentioned that, she had one full service event planning client. And after that, she's like, I think I might just need to be a coordinator, right? Because that just took too much of my time. But then the next year when we worked together, she did multiple full service events and still had time to take her kids out to the park, not the park, to an amusement park the day after an event that she did because everything was so streamlined. The difference there is clarity in how to approach things in a non-chaotic way, right? So sometimes you need clarity on what your marketing approach, your sales approach, your how to respond to emails, designing an event, right? All of those, you need the clarity, and then you also need a better schedule. All right. So let's get into it. My goal was to keep today's video a little shorter. So let's get straight into it. This is what a rock star schedule looks like, right? A great schedule looks like this: 1 hour in the morning. So give yourself an hour in the morning. And this is assuming, let's say you're someone with a day job. The reason I'm starting with someone with a day job is that in a lot of cases, you may be like, I want to go full time eventually. I want to get that 6-figure business, but till then, I have my day job. That's okay. This is a schedule. This is the schedule that I had during that period, right? So I gave myself an extra hour every morning to do marketing activities. And what this looked like, to be honest, it could take closer to 30 minutes sometimes. But what this looked like was posting on social media. So wake up in the morning, maybe 6 in the morning, maybe six to 6:30 is like my time to meditate, read the Bible, all that stuff, right? And then 6:30 to 7 or 6:30 to 7:30, if it's something that's complicated, if it's like a super complex reel or something like that, get the marketing material out. Right? And once I get it out, I close my phone, and I don't look at it. I go about my day because I'm busy, right? The funny thing is that I remember back when I had my day job, there were multiple times that I would post things that would go viral, and I wouldn't know until hours later because I would like post it and I'd be like, I was more excited about just getting the thing done and then moving on to the next thing. And then later I'd open my phone and be like, whoa, okay, people really liked that, you know? And so I think that sometimes we have to focus more on the doing than on posting and then sitting there for 2 hours to see if it's catching on, right? So I think that having that discipline helps, right? So an hour a day, marketing activities. There was a period where I also, some of you have probably seen it. We also had like a YouTube series on YouTube where we would like do like these long recaps of our events, taking you behind the scenes and all that stuff, right? And with that, that took a lot of time to edit. It probably, and especially back then, I was just learning video editing. It took me a long time. It took me probably a few days to edit each of those videos. And so in the mornings was the time I would dedicate. So when I got more efficient with Instagram, I would probably dedicate maybe 15 minutes towards my Instagram post of the day, and then the next 45 minutes in editing, and then cut myself off after an hour, get ready, shower, do all that stuff, commute to my job. Now, the next block is 30 minutes over lunch. And so what this 30 minutes over lunchtime was responding to any urgent questions that I had from a client, any urgent emails, right? Anything that's like, hey, I was stuck on this, or what do you think about this? Like an urgent question. That's when they would hear back from me because it shows it feels good, right, for our client to be able to get a response from you, you know, relatively quickly. And for me, my office hours were noon to 8. Um, that was just what I recommend. What I always recommend, noon to 8, because then you can do a little bit during your work during your lunchtime if you need to, right? Dedicate maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes responding to anything that's urgent, like just kind of triage, respond to anything that's urgent, and then spend the rest of that time actually eating your lunch, right? That's why I'm saying 20 to 30 minutes, not an hour. And then finish your workday. When the workday is over, evenings can be dedicated to your deep work, which is like creating a design plan, all that, reaching out to vendors, all that. And also, of course, actually having meetings with clients. And here's the thing that a lot of people underestimate. A lot of people feel like, oh, I need to go full time. That way I have time to meet with clients. But guess what? Most of your clients are working 9 to 5. So most of your clients are more available to talk during the evenings anyway. Most of my clients would always say, we are so appreciative that you have hours, that you have evening availability, so I can meet with you after work. Right. And so for me, I always positioned it as a benefit that we have evening availability. Even now, as I'm full time, I have evening availability and I require it that each of the planners that are on our team have at least 2 days available in the evenings that with they can meet with clients. That's one of the things I ask about before we even onboard a new planner, right? Like, are you okay with having at least 2 days a week, every week, that you are at least available to meet with a client if they want to have a chat with you, right? Because that's a benefit to them. So instead of feeling ashamed that maybe you're only really available in the evenings to meet with clients, then maybe use it as a benefit because it is a benefit to your clients, right? For them to not have to take off of work to chat with you. So that's pretty much the schedule, right? 1 hour morning for marketing activities, also sales activities. If you get inquiries overnight, that's a great time to respond to them. The afternoon for any kind of urgent emails that you need to respond to, and then the evening for any deep work, so client meetings, and then actually creating design plans, all that. If you can stick to this, I promise you, if you could stick to this for a week or two, you will see a difference. And when you see the difference, please come back to this YouTube video and tell me, or send me a DM and let me know, oh my gosh, I applied the schedule that you recommended. And this is what I'm seeing as a result. You will be shocked. You will be shocked at how much you get accomplished in this, let's say, 3.5 hours a day. You will shock yourself how much you can get accomplished there without it sacrificing your day job, without it doing anything. It'll actually surprise you on what that looks like. All right. So here's the thing. This is what it looks like to schedule your business around your life. And also, like I said, I used to be involved with choir and other things. So in church, I had evening meetings a couple days a week, which is why I generally was only available for meetings with clients a couple days a week. Does that make sense? So you get to pick all of this. Schedule your business around your life, right? You get to decide all of these different things. If a friend is like, "Oh, hey, let's go to happy hour in 3 weeks on this day," then I get to look at my schedule and say, "Okay, I'm not going to be available evening meetings that week. That night, I want to prioritize spending time with people So instead, I'll open up this evening, right? You want to be on top of your schedule and manage it so that you're not just overwhelmed by your schedule, right? Because you have to refill your cup so that you can operate and function in love with your clients. So you can give them what they are looking for in love, right? To your clients. So I hope this is helpful for someone. If you have any other questions, please leave them in the chat, either the live chat or the replay chat. And by the way, don't forget that this Thursday I want to dedicate this time to Q&A. So I'm going to dedicate this time to Q&A, which means I need your cues, right? I need your questions. So drop your questions in the comments. Even if you're watching this way later on YouTube, I'll probably leave this up past January. Leave your questions. We actually respond to every question or comment on our channel, so you'll still get a response either way. So make sure you leave that, and we'll be sure to answer your questions. Also, don't forget to check out the description box. The description box has all kinds of links to help you out. It's got resources for planners. You can either apply to our accelerator program, our 6-month accelerator program, and learn more about what it's like to work with us, or you can download the Profitable Planners Playbook, right? And when you download that, you'll just have a workbook, right, to work through with building your next level business. Either way, we want to encourage you to grab that. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. All right. So we'll be back again tomorrow with another video. On Thursday with a Q&A. Friday, I will be sending Friday's video will be pre-recorded because I do have to do a small procedure on Friday, but I don't want to miss Friday. So I'm going to pre-record a lesson for you guys to enjoy. It's going to go live Friday at noon. So everything's still going to be the same. And then Saturday and Sunday, because I enjoy taking the weekends off, will also be pre-recorded, right? I may decide to do Saturday live, we'll see. But for right now, let's just say it'll be pre-recorded, but you'll still expect the video every day, all right? So please make sure you join tomorrow live, join Thursday live for the Q&A, or watch the replay. Either way, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be great for your business, okay? And I also see Scoos says, I saw your live because I was actually watching your latest video and I received a notification that you're live. I appreciate it. I appreciate that you hopped on again 2 days in a row, and Laura as well, 2 days in a row. Edna, hello from Nairobi. I mean, I love the variety. Nairobi, Louisiana, Massachusetts. I know yesterday we had someone from Nigeria. I love seeing where everyone is from, and this is awesome. Okay, so we'll be back again tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this. Drop your questions because I look forward to answering them. Okay, and I'll be in touch with you guys all again soon. Cheers and enjoy the rest of your day. I appreciate you and your information. You're so welcome. Bye, guys.